Matt's introduced our podcast.
So there we are. There it is.
Perfect.
So these guys, yeah.
So okay, this is our new podcast. It's called Curious Gentlemen.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. The name,
Just in case you weren't aware.
The name suggests that we are not experts in anything. Just to get that out there now, but we have a high curiosity level.
Just master of no trades.
Yeah, master of no trades.
And then we
But we
brought
just
Matt
like to
along,
talk
who's
about
also a
There's
master
lot
of
fun
nothing.
jokes involved with this. Like we're very curious.
So the first intellect we've brought on our show today is Matt Rule.
That wasn't sarcastic, was it?
Not at all. No sarcasm involved.
Best we can find on short budget.
Yeah. By budget we mean buy him a pint or two
Well, one so
of
far.
non-branded beer.
Non-branded beer.
So I'm just filling in the gaps, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Just finding enough from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, I'm aware of what the situation
Just
is.
talk shit.
Just
Yeah,
that's all you need.
absolutely.
Just nickname me Polyfiller.
So you know, we couldn't get anyone intellectual, so we've got this thick guy to pop on.
Got this
just to
guy
make up a bit of time.
with a tattoo and some hats and stuff.
Yeah.
Or a hat
You
and
know,
some
a bit of bump
tattoos.
on his chin, and away he goes.
Yeah. So
We've
we
been
need.
finding it really hard, though, haven't we? We've, for the past 5 weeks now.
Trying to find people that we know. We don't know. I don't know enough people. I'm too much of a recluse, I've discovered.
I'm the same. I'm absolutely the same.
I know the people I work with or used to work with. That's my life.
I've always found like people say to me, they're like, so like, if you're talking about friends, and in my head I think about my friends, I'm like, I've got like 3-4 people that I could consider somebody who would help me out if I needed it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm a bit lost, a bit of a loner.
Well, you say that, but at the same time, you've got those 3 or 4 people, but whenever you're not in work, they are. That's the problem. That's the issue.
Get a day off. Oh, what's everyone doing? Working. Ah, crap.
Yeah.
That's effectively it. Or you find you scroll through your phone and go, I can't even remember who half these fuckers are. I just got no idea.
No, that one
There
from
it is.
school, I think, maybe?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who's Dave 3? That
That's-
could be anyone.
That's the funny thing about Facebook, isn't it? Like, I don't know, I've never ever checked really how many people are friends with me on Facebook. But I can tell you now, about 1% of them are my actual friends.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're listening, but 1% of you are my friends. And you can decide who's in that percent and who's not. I'm not
Good
saying
debate between yourselves. Argue
Yeah.
between
Where
yourselves.
Nathan's like, yeah, I got 1,700 and...
Man,
This is the exact
I
number.
haven't got a fucking clue. I
I
couldn't
probably
tell
got
you.
about 6. I think one's my mum.
You remember MySpace, the top 8? You remember those days?
I
Remember that?
never had MySpace.
Mate.
I had Bebo.
Mate, on
I was
MySpace, you could customize your profile, like if you knew any like HTML, or you could get templates online. Do your old MySpace profile, and you could customize it any way you wanted. But there was always this top 8 thing, and you put your top 8 friends there, like the top 8 people, so you can quickly get to their profiles, see what they're up to, and all that kind of stuff. Mate, I remember the anger. You took someone out of your top 8, you get a fucking message 30 seconds later.
Yep.
Am I not in your top 8 anymore? Mate, I haven't spoken to you for like a year. Nah,
These days it's Snapchat.
it's fucking rude. You're still in mine. Well.
These days it's Snapchat, and it's like, I've lost my heart. Why are we not BFFs anymore? Well, that's bullshit. I genuinely had this conversation with James about 3 days ago. We had a heart. What's happened?
It's ridiculous.
Are we no longer friends? We're just acquaintances? Like, what the fuck's going on in life?
Get downgraded. Snapchat dictates friendship now.
Absolutely. But it
What do you
can tell
guys?
you where you are.
What do you guys think of the new upgrade for Snapchat? They've just added this new tracker thing.
Well, my thoughts on it are bullshit because I can't get it on my own phone.
So you're upset you haven't got it.
No,
You just need a better
I
phone,
just want
mate.
to know where people are. Like,
But do you not think it's a bit weird, like, if you wanted, like, well, no, not if you wanted, but like there are people who are like tracking people's location for that kind of shit. It's fucking weird.
It's a great gimmick. It's really cool, but I do think
As long as
it's
people
one
are
of those
careful about
things
their
that
friends.
People could potentially utilize it for whatever reason.
Predatory reasons.
Predatory.
Yes, exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
Very cleverly
It
put.
didn't take long before there was a joke about missing people and things like that, and you think, is
Yeah.
this? It's one of those, like with technology these days, isn't it? With everything, like it goes on so far, and you go, oh, that's incredible, you can do this, but there are always going to be those people that kind of go, well, actually, I can use that for, doing this, that, and the other, and it's, I don't know.
Sneaky.
Everything's a bit too.
It's a bit weird. Don't like it.
Everything's a bit too accessible, I suppose I would say these days.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I like accessibility, and I love that I can connect my phone, my
love
computer,
technology.
my TV, like my laptop, just everything all
'Cause you need
connected,
it.
and I can do it all but like for ease of use as well. If I'm browsing something on my phone and I'm looking like doing some research for something or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's quite interesting, but this fucking website is shit on a mobile device, I can just close it down, go to my computer, and because I use Google Chrome on my phone, open it up on my computer, and the same tabs are just open straight away. Like,
I mean, that's
it's just it's easy.
It's incredible. It's fantastic. When you think when you first got the internet,
Dial up
it's
the
just
day.
dialing up. And you think, press the refresh button because you know you can go out and have a fag and a cup of tea before you come
And
back.
you couldn't use the telephone while somebody was on the internet.
Or if you want to
Remember
download
those
if you want to download an album, you've got to commit yourself to a week of solitude.
It was either like your mum shouting at you because you're on the internet and she wanted to use the phone, or you're shouting at your mum because she decides to answer the fucking phone when you're on the internet. What? How dare she?
God
Use her own
damn it.
damn phone.
Paying for the phone thing as you can use it all the time. The bill payer having all rules.
Yeah, what's that? Can him not be the homeowner?
Maybe.
In that case, I'm just going in her name.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't own a home, so.
I can guarantee you that Snapchat are going to have to put some restrictions on this new tracker
Thing
thing.
is,
now,
they've
people
already
are
been
like,
criticised, and they're not going to do anything about it.
Really?
The only thing they've said, which I kind of get, because technology is getting to a place where anything should be available to people, I guess. Like, things should be available to people. But then, at the same time, yeah, like, I would just not have anyone I didn't want on my, like, friends list or whatever it's called on Snapchat.
Yeah, there's
Like, if I didn't want people to be able to track where I am, I just wouldn't have them on my friends list.
there is a certain degree of like being careful in yourself. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
There are avenues in which case you can, like, obviously with like Facebook and things like that, these days you can prioritise pretty much anything. So you got to be a little bit clever yourself. But I think, unfortunately, all this sort of technology like Snapchat, seeing where everyone is, and Facebook, it's so accessible to people that are about 6 months old, pretty much. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I know it sounds ridiculous.
And the people who've
but,
got their
like,
dogs on Facebook,
you
like
know,
their
there's
dog has a Facebook account.
people that come into work and things like that, and there's kids sat there with phones, or
Yeah.
iPads and things like that. And
Sat
I'm
there
going,
for a whole meal
"Shit,
playing
I don't know how
games."
to bloody use half of the crap that they're using.
Yeah.
And there's like toddlers
Yeah,
doing all
yeah.
this, that, and the other. Which
My niece
again,
and
is
nephew, man.
incredible, but it's like, should they be able to? I know there's parental like restrictions to a lot of things you can put on settings and things for a lot of these things, but I still think it's a bit young. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't go outside.
But I
anymore.
also
when
feel-
was a kid, you used to go run around in the mud, come back, shit high.
Might build a treehouse. Built so many treehouses.
Exactly. Was it the mud cakes or something like that? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Got to be done. Got to be done.
Mum, you got to eat this. Yeah, great, you little prick.
I used to love playing in the, like, I used to play war.
You say mud cakes then.
Yeah, I used to love
Love a
eating
good
mud
mud
cake.
cake.
Good worm
Well
every now
done,
and then.
mud cake. Bit
Nothing.
cream on the top and cherry.
Nothing
If
better
you're
than mud
lucky, you
cake.
get a couple of worms in there. Protein.
Protein. I'm starting to eat them now.
But yeah, when it comes to like social media and stuff, I think a lot of the responsibility for minors lies with the parents. But which
100%. Same with
parents-
TV.
Yeah.
Same with TV.
Yeah. And I don't think parents regulate anywhere near enough.
No.
Like I was talking to
Many parents, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, there are those that like are very.
strict and
This is how it should
like
be.
I know a couple of people who don't let their kid play video games at all. Like they don't play any video games.
For either day, they
Which
won't be
is-
playing to their
Well, there are.
sort of
There are
age I was
insane.
when I started like using that sort of thing.
It's fair
Because
enough.
Although the technology only came out really around when I was getting to that age, but that's the only sort of age I would allow any kids that I have go, start utilising any sort of technology, because I
Yeah.
mean, my first mobile phone, it's a fucking great big thing with an aerial about this long.
Where'd you get your phones from, man?
Huh?
Where'd you get your phones from?
Well, that would be
70s.
so I couldn't say anything. Yeah, it's just a mate of mine. Like, it was purely basic, and it was like, so my parents knew where I am.
Yeah,
And they're sending
give you a
me,
call.
Loading shit to Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
At primary school, and you go in. Sorry, what? You've got more followers than I have? That's bullshit.
It's
Absolute
bullshit.
bullshit. I take well cool photos on it.
I don't know. I just don't get how people can complain about the material that's shown on telly and the internet, but they have the absolute availability to stop their children from using.
If you go
telly
into
and
a
the
shop
internet.
and
Yeah.
buy your 10-year-old a game that is rated 18, and then you're complaining that they're getting a bit violent or something, just don't give them a fuck. Like, there's a reason they're fucking 18, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's because people at 18 are less impressionable than a fucking 10-year-old.
There's always going to be those
That's
people
why.
out there,
That's
though.
why the BBFC did like film certificates, like classifications for
Yeah.
films. You're not going to give it to a fucking 5-year-old. You're not going to get a 5-year-old watching Saw. I'm like, look at that, that's pretty fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
check that out. Let's just go and trap some people so they kill themselves eventually or something. Yeah.
Whilst everyone sat there going, yeah, I remember my first 18, I was about 12 when I watched that.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
I like the way sometimes you'll hear on the news about these shootings that go on around the world, and they'll blame movies and movie violence that
I hate that.
that influences them, and then they'll bring out a game called GTA, Grand Theft Auto, which essentially you're a criminal that goes around breaking into cars, killing people, creating drug cartels.
However,
It's insane.
I'd like to point out that it's a really fun game,
It's awesome.
and I love it.
I love that game.
But I also think you shouldn't give it to a 10-year-old.
Me and Matt lived on that game when we lived in that flat.
Oh my days.
That and Red Dead
Hours of
Redemption.
my life lost.
Red Dead 2 delayed again.
No, go that. What? Oh, why?
Delayed again.
That game was
Next
incredible.
spring now.
Next
The
spring.
only
Yeah,
thing that
just
I would-
over a year to wait.
The only thing
I'm
that
gonna die
goes
before
against the first game, the only thing that goes against the first one is the fact that it took fucking forever to ride anywhere.
You could fast travel though, couldn't you?
Well, I never found that button.
You
You taking a piss? You
I knew that button.
You watched me hour upon hour run on a horse, and you didn't tell me that I could skip it.
I just thought you liked riding horses.
We're done. That's it. Right, see you later, boys. That's it. Thanks very much.
You didn't know about the fast travel.
No.
Every most
Man, it gets
open map game.
it gets introduced to you in the game. Someone
Yeah.
says, if you need to get somewhere quicker.
Oh, you're talking to Matt Rule, who doesn't read instructions for anything.
Rule, not rude. Sorry?
Matt Rule, who doesn't read instructions for
Don't
anything.
need instructions. I'm a man, right?
Clearly not, because you didn't know about
Isn't that
the
the unwritten rule?
fast travel button. Start calling you fast travel, Matt.
Matt Slow Travel. Roll.
It's all just bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I saw something online. I think I told you already, and it was like about playing playing FIFA was the specific
Oh, no,
game,
the interview afterwards.
and it was a pie chart, and it was 1% of the reason that you lost was because the player was better than you, and the other 99% was bullshit.
Absolutely.
And that was you in a pie
That's the way it
chart.
works.
And you seen the one where the guy sit there and he does like a full interview afterwards.
He's got like
and he goes, I just feel I'm like a victim of complete
the
bullshit.
team-
And I'm like, fuck me, that's me.
it's just like,
hero.
I am.
but he's like sat there. There's like a backdrop. It's like the team didn't really come out and put it out today. They didn't play to their full
FIFA had it
potential.
against me.
I feel like the other team were out to get me today. All that kind of stuff.
FIFA had it in for me. That is me.
Well, they're pretty corrupt, so you know.
Well, yeah.
Right, so
was delighted when that
guys,
came
we need to talk about something.
Okay.
We've talked about this a few times. It's come up in conversation, but I feel that it needs to be brought up because if anybody's listening to this, we want your opinion, we want your feedback.
Someone's listening, Dan.
Flat Earth.
I'm
All
listening.
3 people.
Flat Earth. Now, there are people, in case you didn't know this, there are people out there that believe that there are somehow a way for this Earth to be flat.
I'm aware.
And I don't understand how that's possible.
It's
And
just
I
is,
wanna-
mate. It's
And
just
if
what it
anyone
is.
knows otherwise, then please feel free to email in and tell us how. What are your thoughts on it?
I don't even know where to begin.
It's like.
It's so hard to find where to start.
Now,
First
we
of all,
need to come up with some
how
logic
can
because
you
people
not-
that are
So,
listening to this
first
now
of
are
all-
going to think that we're not able to answer this question.
I would like to first of all put out there that anyone who believes the Earth is flat is a fucking moron
Okay.
because it's just fucking absurd.
Okay.
Secondly, there's plenty of documented evidence. You go on a plane, you can see the curvature of the Earth. There wouldn't be any rotation. You wouldn't have day and night. I mean, we can
What if
go
you don't
on.
believe in science?
We
though?
wouldn't have gravity.
Do you know what one of my
What if you
arguments
not? What
is?
if you feel that science isn't the exact? Like, if you're like, there are some people that are like hugely religious and don't believe that a lot of science is correct.
Creationists,
Like,
also
how
fucking
could-
morons.
Okay. Well, yes, but if that's what your belief is and the way that you feel about something, then and you don't believe in science, then what you read in a book or whichever, because there are so many websites and articles and things about this saying the world is flat. If you disregard science as a person, then you're going to follow what you read and everything else.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, if you
don't get me
disregard,
wrong, it is clearly wrong. However,
but if
So what
you,
you're saying is people that don't know any better are going to believe in that.
yeah, not necessarily that because they're stupid or anything like that, but there are people that live in quite bloody anywhere, that are far away from technology or anything like that, and if that's what mum and dad's told them, like, I mean, there's a guy we used to, you might vaguely remember the guy who used to work in our place who used to live in the rainforest. He didn't
Yeah.
know bugger all about a lot of things.
I didn't.
That's because he wasn't aware. He was living where he was, and he read what he read from whatever sources it was.
Back
And
of a
his-
cereal box.
Kind of like lack of resources.
A cereal box in the middle
But
of the
there are
rainforest? I mean,
people who live-
It's a long shot.
But there are people who live
Fell out of plane.
in first world countries who still believe the Earth is flat, with all the available resources, full access to the internet, and still believe the Earth is
I'd
flat.
like to ask them the
You
question:
have to
what
be.
if they think the moon's flat?
That's a good question.
Do they think the
question.
moon's flat? Because the moon isn't flat. You can see the moon's not flat.
Is Mars flat?
And if it is flat, that means it's up on its side like a penny stood up,
Constantly.
and that's weird.
Constantly. Which is against the laws of physics as well.
Absolutely.
Just put that out there.
But
again,
physics
if
is
you don't
different
believe
in
in science-
space.
But if you don't believe in science, here's the issue. Go to school.
If you don't believe in science, go to school.
I feel we've covered your thought on that.
Before you say it, you think people are morons that believe the Earth's flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Established.
I felt like
He put that across
I mean,
already.
you guys feel free to continue debating this, but my response will consistently be,
Oh,
anyone who believes the Earth is flat,
My
you have,
debate,
there's so many things you have to completely disregard
but my
in
debate
order
is
to
not about
believe.
whether the Earth's flat. My debate, my issue is trying to come to terms with the people that believe it. Now, there are probably people out there that genuinely believe that the Earth's flat, for whatever their reason is, miseducated, whatever it is, they've read the wrong articles. But there's a group of people, I believe, that think the Earth is flat because they want to be the first to believe in something that was different. And then when it all comes to light in their head that actually the Earth is flat, which it isn't, but when it all comes to light, they'll be the ones
Yeah,
that
potentially.
say,
They'll be the ones, I told you
was
so.
the one,
I told you
believe
so."
that from the beginning. And I've
Absolutely.
always said the Earth is flat. And they want to be on the bandwagon to be able to turn around and say that.
There's definitely people like that. I think that people can believe whatever the fuck they want to believe. That's like I'm not gonna
100%.
I'm not gonna try and stop people doing that. But the problem is when you've got people who are like, there are like celebrities. There are people who are influential over people who are talking about how the Earth is flat. So then anyone who's considers that celebrity their idol is gonna be like, oh well, so and so said it is, so must be true.
I mean, I could be wrong, but my personal gut feeling is that a lot of the people that potentially feel this way are the same kind of people that are real believers in a lot of conspiracy theories and all that sort of thing. So,
Probably.
like, when it comes to, like, big events like, I don't know, like JFK or something like that,
love
they
a
have all
conspiracy.
their ideas. I love it. Some of them's fucking hilarious.
Oh, some of them are hilarious.
Yeah, you know,
Bigfoot.
JFK was shot by, I don't know, like, Bill Oddie. I don't know why Bill Oddie. I was trying to think of Mr. Blobby, but Bill Oddie is the one that popped in my
Mr.
head.
Blobby, the biggest conspiracy ever. Is he really Blobby?
Well,
Is he-
You know, could
is-
he fire a rifle? I mean, I don't know. But I mean,
With those giant fat fingers.
I think he could.
What
That
you-
would be a big trigger.
Didn't he have like 2 fingers and a thumb? I don't know what he had. Did he have more
I
than that?
didn't really
He had
look
a
that
full
closely
hand,
to
didn't
his
he?
hands, to be
Did he have
fair.
a full hand?
I thought he had a full hand, didn't he? Mr. Blobby?
I bet he couldn't. Yeah, I bet he didn't have like a full graspy fingers though, because they must have been huge. He
This
was like
is
a
the point
fucking-
at which we're like, well, there's only one way to find out. That's my phone.
Let's Google it.
Yeah,
like
someone
I think
Google it.
like a lot of these people that can't, you know, like, I understand what you're saying, want to be the first, and you know,
Yeah,
I could have told you so and all that. Those potentially, it could be wrong, but a lot of those people follow with all these sort of conspiracies and
Yeah.
potentially write all these blogs or vlogs
Ah,
or
3
whatever.
fingers and a thumb,
3 fingers and a thumb.
like a Simpsons character.
Well, there we go. But I think a lot of those sort of people are potentially into that sort of same kind of like that same similar
Yeah.
mindset, if you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
Like, not necessarily the same thing, but
to be fair, I would probably, if someone asked me to bet money on it, I probably would bet money on anyone who believes the Earth is flat also believes that we didn't actually go to the moon. I'd be willing to make that bet. Absolutely.
yeah, well, yeah.
Do you believe
Oh,
we
yeah.
went to the moon?
Ooh.
I do to a degree. However, I do that. There's a lot of skeptical kind of parts of it that you kind of go, well, that's true.
What's
So
skeptical
how
parts?
do you kind of like? I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, the last one I watched, because there's been many documentaries about, you know, landing
Yeah.
on the moon and that.
Too many, maybe.
There's a few that have all referenced the fact that in not one of the more famous photos, but a couple of the photos. So on it, there's like crosshairs almost.
Right.
There's a few very small and faint crosshairs on the camera where the photo's taken, and in a couple of them, they're behind the gentleman, should we say? Hey?
The astronauts.
The astronauts. And it's behind, and there's a piece of equipment on one where it's slightly, the length of that side of the crosshair,
Right.
and that one's shorter, and it disappears behind the other one. And then there was a few other things which, off the top of my head, I can't remember. Do you think that they went to the moon? And you know, I find it hard to believe when they say, "Oh, I don't know if we could do it again because the technology was all this, that, and the other, powerful calculator, all that, and we can do it now." Well, do you not keep records? I mean, I've got the last 4 years of employees that used to work at wherever we did. Do you know what I mean? Like, surely you keep a reference of it.
I think
But
at the
there are
moment it's a
elements
money
of it
issue,
that-
isn't it? They're not, it's going to cost more now because there's a lot more rules of safety and stuff they'd have to follow before they were to launch a
Back
rocket.
then it was just like, yeah, just
But-
sit on this. And
Yeah, just
there we
fuck
go.
it, give it a go, see if it works.
Hope you bastard.
But I also feel like even like if I was the government and I had just spent fucking billions or trillions, whatever it was, a huge amount of money doing that and sending someone to the moon, and then there are a few things that we couldn't make out on camera, I'd probably film a few shots in a fucking studio. I absolutely would.
Yeah.
Like I want the most out of this. And
It's
I,
like the picture of full Earth. They can't take a single picture of full Earth because the picture's taken from 20,000 miles away.
yeah.
So they have to take individual pictures of the full Earth and Photoshop it together. So people that say the Earth picture is Photoshopped, you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
But it's not faked. It's put together in the same
On
way
a computer.
as if you were to
It's generated by a computer.
widescreen picture. I'm not an expert on photography, but if you were to take a wide shot of a view and your camera wasn't wide enough, so you took two and then put them together to get the essence of what you were trying to capture.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say that was fake. It was just put together, and it's the same with the Earth.
And that's what like this CGI. Like everyone said, like it says on there, like NASA have said that it's CGI. Like yeah, that's because it's an image generated by a computer.
Yeah.
Because you put all these images together to make one big photo.
Yeah.
And they probably enhance the colours a little bit to make it look a bit prettier.
And
Like,
surely, strictly speaking,
It's
I would.
no different to Photoshop when they hear, oh wow, she's incredible. Actually, shit. Damn.
And strictly speaking, any picture that's been taken on a digital camera is CGI.
yeah, potentially, yeah.
In a very strict form, but
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't really win. Motherfuckers. Man, I tell you what, some of these people with flat Earth believers are so clever with their arguments.
I fucking hate. I hate it. It's just such a daft.
And we welcome anybody.
Such a daft argument.
We welcome anybody who is a flat Earth believer.
Turn around and say
Please
that.
email us.
If someone can prove me wrong, if someone can give me sufficient evidence, I'll suck it
Nathan,
up.
I'm not a dickhead. I've got a word to say. That's what you want to get, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just want someone to come on and tell me otherwise, and,
Yeah.
and bring facts and evidence with you.
Yeah. If someone
But
can prove me
until
wrong,
then,
I'll
sorry.
suck it up.
Day and night
I'll take it.
makes this Earth round for me, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
There was a joke online the other day saying about what was it? The fact that the Earth spins at 1,000 miles an hour makes my day. Get it? Because the Earth spins, it makes your day.
Absolutely.
Or was it?
I didn't, right off the bat, I didn't get it.
Was it?
It's an average joke at best.
Yeah.
I've been up for
But
a
it was
long
the
time.
first joke of our podcast, and you're welcome. And there's plenty more to come. So
I feel like we should have made it a bit better for the first joke,
we
potentially.
could just get a picture of you. That's even better.
Yeah.
I just went there.
Meow.
I just went there.
So it begins.
Just went there.
This is the first and last from these two gentlemen. I'm just in the middle.
Episode
going,
one.
Just calm the
Final
fuck
episode
down, can we please?
I'm running low on beer. That's the problem.
I did ask if you wanted.
Yeah, I
another
know.
drink.
Should have. Shouldn't I?
At times.
I'm gonna get a couple more in a second. I'll let
Yeah.
you two debate about something.
So me and Matt just
Hiding
went,
the logo.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah,
Just in case you never
yeah,
know.
well, you know, yeah.
me and Matt just went for a toilet break, and something funny happened in the toilet. So
You're gonna we're going now.
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
we?
we're gonna go there. So today, Matt had an accident with his car.
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna. Yeah, no, he had someone bump into him while he was parked. He crashed his car while he was parked, and
Crashed his car into a parked car. Well
someone
parked.
scuffed the
much.
front of his car today, and he's not best happy about it. It's left a dent. However, in the toilet while we were just in there having a wee, Matt picked a part of the urinal in front of a poster that says, "That's better. I save money on my was it insurance?
Car insurance." I would like just to point out at this point, I would just like to point out that I do have insurance, and it's not that I'm gutted that I don't have car insurance, and I wasn't scuffed or bumped. My car was perfectly placed in a car parking space away from every other fucker, and this bint decided that she's going to smash the front end of it in, which I've had for 2 weeks, and I have put a lot of dollar into that bloody vehicle.
Do you know
I
her?
am pissed. Huh?
Do you know her?
No, but her dad sounds Welsh by the sound of
God,
him on
he's
the
a
phone.
definite asshole.
I was just gonna say it would make more sense if they knew you. I'd smash your car up.
But the fact that he's Welsh means he's never going to pay you up.
Suddenly MMA's just become what this show is because I'm going to beat your ass.
Well, speaking of MMA.
Well, let's now get on to insulting the Welsh, though, shall we?
Speaking of MMA and boxing, we've got the Mayweather-McGregor fight coming up.
Yeah.
Very excitable. The press tour.
Who are you backing, Matt, for it?
I want McGregor to win. However, I think that
If you were to bet money, who would you bet on?
Mayweather.
Yeah,
purely
absolutely.
because that has been his trade.
I'm sorry,
for
Conor McGregor,
so many years.
I would love
And
for McGregor to win.
I can't stand the way that he fights, but as a technical boxer, he's fucking fantastic.
Arguably the best ever.
Yeah, but McGregor, like, I know it's a lot of, if you take away all the bullshit, all the yapping, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Sorry.
Do you not say that they were watching stuff though? Could they not watch something over there out the way?
Potentially, but fuck it. Not much we can do now.
Okay, so
Finish the MMA bit.
yeah, well, so just to explain to everyone, we've had a bit of a mix-up with the room that we've booked out. So there's someone who's booked in to do something else. The guy was off sick, so he didn't
Son
really
of a
get the
bitch.
memo. Is what it is. So
I'm going to go throw down.
go through
Do
that.
it. Let's go knock him out.
So I think that Mayweather is 99.999% going to win, but McGregor has a puncher's chance of winning this.
He's got a chance. Like, I've seen him. Like, you've seen him throw down. He can fucking take it.
He's
But it's a different set of rules. It's
yeah,
a different
he's
sport,
so,
man.
He's so clever, and you'd like to think that because of the way he talks about it, and then he performs it when he has his fights, and you see it. A lot of what he says happens, and he like when he fought Aldo, and he said, he's going to come at me with this, and I'm going to hit it with the left, or the other way around, whichever it was.
Yeah.
And he did. Even though it was kind of almost freak, it was in the first 13 seconds. I said it all fucking night. I was up for 40 hours. Did the shift, went home and watched that, did another shift. But he said it and he did it. And you think, if he does that in this fight, he is everything he says he is.
Yeah.
It would
Literally nothing could ever
unbelievable.
pull him down.
I
if he did it.
really want him to be that guy that he says. I want him to be that. Just
Go down in history
I
as
am that
literally the
clever,
best
I am
athlete of
that-
all time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm that clever. I can do this. I will do this. If he does that, well,
Yeah.
wow. I mean, there's no other way of putting
There was
it. I
like
mean,
there was
you
a video on there of him like doing his training and stuff, and of Mayweather watching the training video, and Mayweather just kind of laughing as he was doing his training, just like
you can't
like
take much
laughing at
from
it.
that though. I mean, that's all just
Yeah.
But like
And
that's either like
internet,
him just warming up, or maybe it's just like I don't want to show him too much because you'll know what to expect, or
absolutely, yeah.
whatever.
There's
It's
also
all
been
filmed
some,
these days.
There's been some videos posted up of him allegedly looking bad at his boxing, but it wouldn't surprise me if McGregor's putting that on purpose, not giving
Just to
away
freak
his
him.
full game.
Yeah.
Like to maybe throw him off a little bit, thinking.
And even
making
if
Mayweather
he
take his
knows
training easy.
even if Mayweather knows that it's a bit of a like that it's a joke or whatever, that it's going up fake, like not his real boxing skill, he's gonna have that on his mind. But then there's gonna be like, but what if he's better than that on his mind
Absolutely.
constantly? And the more things you've got on your mind in the middle of a fight, like
The thing is,
you
McGregor's
just got less room.
nothing to lose from this.
Absolutely.
If he wins, then he's beaten the pound-for-pound best boxer ever, arguably. If he loses, he pockets 80 million. How do you lose? Mayweather, if he loses, I mean,
it could literally be a
catastrophic.
joke for Conor McGregor wants to retire. That's just his joke retirement fund. He's just like,
100%.
oh fuck it, oh, yeah, I wanna get out. Maybe I'll just do this for fun.
But if Mayweather wins, then he's beaten someone who was never a professional boxer.
Yeah.
If Mayweather loses, he
Yeah.
gets beaten by someone who was never a professional boxer.
Will it go against him because he's on obviously 49-0?
It will go on his record.
Will it go on his record?
Because McGregor has been, he is now a sanctioned boxer because he's gone through and got his license.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you really gain from it as Mayweather, all he really gains is either winning or losing against someone who's not a professional boxer.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll get?
Or an
Mayweather will get
experienced
enough
boxer.
from that? If he beats McGregor, someone who's only just got his license signed off and everything, and he beats him, although Mayweather's a lot older and all that sort of thing, do you think he'll get the same kind of I'm 50-0? Because I mean, I can't remember what the guy's name, but he was joint with another lad on 49-0 from the
Rocky Marciano.
Was it 60s?
Rocky.
60s was it?
Rocky
Something
Marciano.
like that. If he beats that record, is he beating it? Or is he not? I mean,
It's not really a real test of his
Yeah, it's
boxing
weird.
skill.
isn't it?
Exactly.
He's
It's
not
like-
defending his title. He's not like taken on the second best boxer in the world, or
You know,
like
is that
arguably
taking a lolly
whatever.
from a baby? Like, do you know what I mean? Is it like?
I personally think if there's ever an example of tarnishing your reputation, it's this.
Yeah.
In terms of Mayweather, if it was a lesser boxer, if it was someone who was retired and came back, but they'd not been undefeated and they had a few losses on their record and they weren't quite as in Mayweather's shape, and they came back to fight McGregor for like a super fight, it would be different for them. But because Mayweather's undefeated, one of the richest sports stars, let alone boxer, sports stars across the world.
He's got to be in the Forbes somewhere, isn't he?
And then he fights someone who's never had a boxing match in their life. He's a fighter, but he's never had a boxing match in his life, like a professional boxing match. And then gets that as a win on his record.
Yeah.
I just can't see it count.
It's kind of, it almost feels like a cheap win.
It is. It's a cheap win.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I don't know whether
financially it's not, because he gets.
Well, yeah, financially.
He'll get excess of 100 million for this fight.
I don't feel like Mayweather.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. So Nathan's got this money.
Easy.
Apparently.
That's why I'm doing a podcast in a lone down venue and not my recording studio.
Yeah, which you haven't actually hired out for long enough because some anime people want to come upstairs.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
The anime crew.
So weird. Swear to God, if Victor's,
Victor's
down there, I'm going to slap him.
Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, aren't they?
Victor.
Who's Victor?
Guy we used to work with.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Chef.
I haven't met him yet. I'm going to be working with him in the weekend.
Mate, if it's him, I'm just going to slap him.
Can I just bring up what I was going to say earlier?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, cool. Only because I'm curious to see what you say. So the word professionalism.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there? Do you feel that when it was professionalism, like it's brought into a lot of things, like other sports or work or whatever? Like, do you feel that there's a degree of there's like a line in which you can cross that is still being professional, but kind of, you've been pushed to a degree where you can break the mold slightly? So, for example, in obviously the trade that we do, you get a customer, for example, they're being a bit of a knob or whatever, and you're being, oh, I'm really sorry, and all this sort of thing, and then go, well, I fucking want this, and you go, is there a level at which you can deviate from that and go, hang on a minute, like, I'm doing my absolute utmost here, you're just being a dick?
I kind of think that if a customer's swearing at you and they've given it shit, you for a little while at least, you have to keep your cool, you have to keep going with it, just to prove your professionalism.
Yeah.
Just to prove the point that you're better than they are. You're not screaming at someone who's just trying to do their job. But then if they continue doing that and they become a nuisance, like, I'd absolutely swear back at them. I have done.
I have on the odd occasion with real assholes, but like, obviously, I don't mean like swearing and going, you're a prick back to them, but getting to that point where
But I'd absolutely be like, get the fuck out.
Sort of thing. When it gets to the point where you go, you know what? I'll tell you what, you can pay and then you leave. We're done with this. There's no more conversation to be had. I don't care what the issues you have are, and then bang, you can leave. That's it. I mean,
I don't think that's unreasonable.
Do you feel that there's that like I don't know, 2 feet over the line? Or do you not? I mean, what do you think? I mean, you've obviously done the industry yourself as well.
The problem we've got is when you work for a big company, you won't say names, but we both work for big companies. When you handle customers or situations, everything you do, you're representing the company you work for, not just yourself. So if, for example, someone is swearing at you or being abusive or whatever, number one, it depends on the reason. So if you've done something wrong and they're upset about it, they swear a bit, then you can understand.
Yeah.
If someone comes in and they're being abusive because, I don't know, you haven't got the topping they want, or you haven't got, air conditioning, or your air conditioning is broken, or they come in and the right light isn't coming through the window for their liking, just something trivial, and they're really abusive about it, and they kick off and they try and demand X, Y, and Z.
But the issue comes.
But if they're being abusive for no apparent reason, the way you handle it needs to be within line how you represent a company, and you agree to that when you join and sign a contract with a
absolutely. But what the issue comes.
So if you've done something wrong, they've got every right to shout and swear at you.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that
as you as a rep, he's saying that as you have to represent the company. But there's still a point, I feel, that there's only so much shit I'm willing to take, representing a big company or not, and I'm sure
Passion at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm still a human. I'm still trying to do my job.
100%.
If I fucked up at the beginning, and I've apologized, I've tried to do everything I can, and they're still giving me shit, and then they're still swearing, and they're still being a cunt, I'm absolutely going to swear back at them. I'm absolutely going to, if they're going to treat me like a piece of shit, I'll do the same back.
100% agree with you. And what I was going to go on to say was, That's if you're working for a big company. You need to be mindful of who you're representing.
It's got to be. It's definitely got to be a piece of.
If I owned a pub and someone came in and started kicking off unnecessarily about something silly and was being abusive and aggressive towards me or any of my staff, I'd tell them to go fuck off because I don't
eat a
want them in
dick.
there.
Get out.
Yeah. Why do customers feel like they have, like, as soon as something goes wrong, so say I don't know, let's say their meal wasn't good enough, they felt it wasn't good enough, or their beer was warm or whatever, like, where does the point come where the customer feels like, I can be an absolute asshole to this person?
I'll tell you why. So,
whereas you can not, if it's a genuine mistake, you think, okay, I've gone up to people before and said, I'm really sorry.
Absolutely my fault. I fucked up.
My apologies, I'll do this for you. And then they go, well, you fucking better.
I'm
sorry.
I'll tell you why. So, initially, everything boils down to money. They come in, they pay money for a product. If something goes wrong, then they're upset about it because they're not getting their money's worth, okay? Now, the reason why people get, in my opinion, people get abusive and loud and aggressive and annoyed and whatever, is because they feel, in my opinion, that if they overact and dramatize and be animated about it, it's going to push you into a corner a lot easier to give them a refund or freebies or whatever. If they're already kind to you, if I was to have a complaint and I said, my food was cold, it's okay though, it's alright, but I just thought I'd tell you.
I love those sort of people.
But you're not going to refund them anything. You're going to just try and get away with it, and you're going to, it's an easy complaint to deal with, and it's easy, and you just let it ride out, and you still do what you got to do. However, if I was to say to you, my food's cold, and I'm not fucking happy about it, and I want something done about it now. I don't care. I want something done about it now. You're going to react differently because you think I might be the kind of asshole that will stand up and get abusive and aggressive.
How am I going to react though? If those are two circumstances you give me, how am I going to react? Your opinion, what do you think? What do you reckon?
Well, you need to tell me that. I can't tell you you're going to react.
So from that, the guy that's an asshole to me starts going, my food's cold, I ain't fucking happy about it. Yeah. And I got the woman, for example, or guy or whatever. So obviously, I don't want to be that person that complains, but I just wanted to let you know.
I'm more likely.
He gets the discount. Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry. You know what? Have this on me. Or do this or whatever. The guy that goes,
if you haven't desserts, they're on me.
I'm not that. There's no need for that. So therefore, for me personally, and a few people that I know, and maybe it's the lesser percentage across all the sort of people that do the same sort of industry, but if you're a prick about it, I am less likely to be more, generous and say, you know what, take this on me or whatever. If you're really nice about it and go, look,
I don't feel like there's any good reason to be rude about it.
No, there's not.
I mean, I've had a couple of complaints before, when I've gone and eaten or drinking out, and I've drinking, and I've, if it's really, I'll let a lot go. And I think it's not overly hot or that's a bit warm or whatever. I go, it is what it is. It happens sometimes. But if it was really, really bad, I do have that habit of saying, kind of go, well, just wanted to mention. But I'm not a dickhead about it. And 9 times out of 10, when I'm like that, and that's the way I've always been, I will get so much more from that. Not that I'm looking for that, but people react better to that. So if a guy's going to be a prick about it, or whatever, it's my food's fucking cold or my beer's warm. Okay, I'm sorry, a mistake happens. Bear with me, and we're all human. I'll sort this out, and I'll do this. If someone goes, oh, I'm really sorry, I don't want to be that person. Absolutely, I'm going to take more respect from you. The fact that you've been really kind and nice about it, understanding of what happens, and these mistakes happen. And we obviously, in the industry that we work in, you don't deliberately do these things to fucking upset someone.
No, sure.
I ain't going to cook that, or I'm going to warm that pint up before I put it on the table. Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Put a bit of hot water in first.
Do you know what I mean?
But to clarify, I wasn't saying that in terms of I'm condoning their behaviour to being correct in terms of the situation. But what I'm saying is in my head, that's why they do those things. They act aggressive and loud, and they animate and dramatise everything. So then you think, oh right, okay, quick fix.
But that's the thing. You can pick out the differences when people they kick off, they're really fucking angry, and then you're like, I'll just don't worry about your bill, just it's fine, just leave it. And then afterwards they leave and they shake your hand. They're like, oh yeah, it was great, thank you, no, bye. Got some free shit. I'm out. Cheers.
Like, yeah, there's been the odd occasion where I've been got to that point. I mean, I'm sure you probably had it as well. I mean, you just go, you know what, just get the fuck out. You know what, it's free. Just get out of the fucking
Just
restaurant.
in case whoever's listening doesn't know, we all work in the food industry, by the way. just to throw it out there, just in case anyone didn't
I think
get
people probably would have gathered.
Oh, right, okay. I was just very conscious of the fact that, you know, like,
We don't want to.
what can I say?
We don't want to
And
point out the
something.
brand.
He's messaging me earlier going, what are you wearing? I'm like, hello.
No
I'm
branded
well,
t-shirts.
I'm wearing a thong, you know, like,
You wear a
doesn't have
thong if you
label
want.
on it.
We're
but,
still very all new to this, so we're still figuring out what we are and aren't allowed to say, what we can reference.
I don't know what we
whatever.
can say. I know that we can't have brand image showing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Without we can,
Got
but then
consent from the brand
but
owner.
then there's potential of having a cease and desist letter or
Yeah.
a take it the fuck down.
But you can
or
talk
sue
about
you.
what you want. It's called freedom of speech
Yeah.
for a reason.
Just a couple of nice dudes having a beer, chatting shit. Is that not right? Is that what the concept?
As long
of
as we're
the,
not, as long as
you-
we're not naming certain companies that we work for, that's
But
fine.
what
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
name is the Curious Gentleman. Isn't that right?
You can mention that
Start
all you
of the
want.
Show, isn't that
You can
Yeah,
mention
start.
that everywhere. If
Yeah.
you could mention it everywhere all the time, constantly, that'd be great.
Curious Gentleman. Just saying.
Oh, we're gonna have to wrap this up now because we've got someone coming upstairs and it was
Steal our function room.
Fuckers,
They're
what?
stealing the room we were
Who
using.
said that?
Hey?
So
Who was that?
we'd like to just say sorry, obviously, because we've been cut short. But we're going to continue to do these episodes with different guests.
Yeah.
Matt's going to be a recurring guest because he's a funny guy to talk to, and he's a friend. To talk to.
Yeah,
When
well.
he's got a car that works, fully functional, hasn't got scratches or bumps.
Oh, you are.
Oh,
yeah,
dark,
Sometimes
dark.
I fucking hate you.
all
I
the time.
really
you
do.
hate me.
Dark.
You hate me all the time. It's all good.
It's because I'm not ginger, isn't it? Both of you.
Yeah.
It's because I'm the guy with the brown hair, and you guys have got that.
Me and Nathan are exceptions to the rule because we're ginger, but I can tan on the outlet. I'm brown,
Yeah.
and I can
Oh,
tan.
I
You can
feel-
see the difference.
There, man.
Hey,
I'm
there's,
on
not,
fire.
there's not much in that.
That's
I
not
feel
bad,
like
is it?
Got a lot of blonde.
I've not been out in
It's
the
the
stuff
blonde hair, it
enough. I've
ruins
not been
it.
out lately enough. Not enough. It's just,
I don't
yeah,
know why I'm looking at you, Nathan, because I'm clearly well ahead of that.
It's
Ooh,
like-
cup of the beer.
bit of a difference.
All right, well, we're going to have to wrap this up, but we'll have something new up soon. Just keep listening and we'll bring something to you
Yeah.
soon.
Good chance to mention as well, the new website will be up by the end of the week.
Okay.
New website.
New website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost finished designed.
Amazing. Nathan is our IT designer, or our website designer.
IT
He's the
designer is not a
tech.
real term, but we'll go with
Well,
it.
I've just made it up now.
Yeah.
He's our
I'll
IT
take it.
tech.
Technical term is.
I know squat about computers and technical stuff.
And
setting up this
electricity
whole set
and
up
phones.
Or anything.
or anything. I'm not a practical person,
Nope.
except when it comes to. So
Beer.
yeah. Anyway, so
Was it a three-letter word you were about to say?
what?
No, he just didn't know a word. He's
I
not
thought it-
technical in
You didn't
anything.
have
No,
a
it's not
word, or
technical
you had a
anything. No,
three-letter
no.
word that you
No,
Just
weren't.
the
no.
worst. You're
Jim-
just the worst.
No, I felt you were going to go one way with that, and it was going to be a three-letter word that began with, I don't know, sex. I thought that's what was going to come out of your
A
mouth.
three-letter word that begins
I
with
mean,
sex.
I've known you for a while, and I just felt that that's what was coming.
Three-letter word that begins with sex.
Well, that's been great.
On that hot and steamy note.
Well, thanks, Matt, for coming on.
This is not a game show, Nathan.
It's
You
been
don't have
fun.
to say thanks
You
for
do
coming
have
on.
to say
No,
thanks for
you
your
don't.
guests. You absolutely do.
And this is what you could have
That's what
won.
you could have won.
Do you want to check what's behind door number 2 before you go?
Yeah, bear with me.
It's called the ladies.
On your own. What? That's another episode. That.
Cool. All right. Cheers, guys.
Bye.